Why men fall into temptation. Stay tuned by the end of the video so you know what these things are. If you guys don't know who I am, my name is EJ Madden. I help you achieve sexual purity to lead a righteous marriage. Let's go ahead and get right into the video. So let's start with point one. Number one is trending. Fellas, no, I'm not just talking about point number one exactly. I'm talking about trend in today's world. Fellas, a lot of the times when the world promotes out things, sometimes the world will react to it. And it's not just a couple people would do it. A lot of the world does this stuff. And so when things are trending in the world today, what happens is that a lot of people react without seeing good or evil. Fellas, we must attest what's good and evil in today's world. And so if you look at the world today, if lust is a new trend, meaning hookup culture, all this stuff, and the man does not test what's good and evil, that man can fall into that trap, and that causes that man to fall into temptation, which we don't want. So you have to be careful with what's trending today, meaning you may have to give up certain things in today's world and not fit in the world today. That way you can be a man of God truly and not fall into temptation. Fellas, we are working hard for God. We are not working hard for man. When a man works hard for man, then he just follows what the world promotes. And so what is he standing up for in today's world? And that is going by trend. It is easy for a man to fall into PMO because there's so much joke, so much perverse language, and so much lust on the movies, the TV shows, and all this stuff. It causes a man to fall into that temptation because he follows the trend, which he must get out of that rut. The second thing, people will call evil good and good evil. Fellas, as you guys can see in the world today, just like point one said, the new trend in today's world, a lot of the times that the world will promote sin as a cool thing, with the movies, how they created, the pictures, how the woman may look, whatever the case may be. They may put it in a way where it looks cool, and because everybody else is following this, then it makes the sin look cool. Fellas, don't fall into this trap. This is not what God intended for men to do. Satan comes to kill, steal, and to destroy, and he's the ultimate liar as well, the ultimate deceiver. So he can get a woman, he can get these people that may look good externally and cause them to commit a sin, and it can cause other people to commit sin, just like what pornography does. Fellas, this is the reason why when you follow God, when you follow the Lord Jesus Christ, it's going to be a different route. We want to please God, and we want to make sure that our body, our mind, our soul becomes cool to God. We want to be able to make our spirit cool to God instead of cool to the world. Because the truth is that your spirit will only become stronger when you submit to Jesus Christ, but your spirit will not become strong when you submit to the devil. I want you to think about how much investment that people are doing to themselves to try to please people's approval, meaning getting multiple bodies, meaning becoming the popular kid by hooking up with this woman, whatever the case may be. They want to look cool in today's world. The truth is that that's actually lame to God. We want to be able to change our dynamic and say, I want to be cool to God instead of cool to the world. The truth is that you've seen it in a lot of high school as well. A person who has 0 bodies is considered lame, but the person who has 8 bodies is considered cool. And that's not how the world should be acting. But the world has gotten so corrupt and so into sexual sin that they make virginity look like it's lame and make a person having 8 bodies like it's cool. And the last thing, fellas, it must be a renewance of the mind. Fellas, the reason why men have fallen into this temptation is because they've been rewired since a young age regarding lust, movies, TV shows, that when that renews inside of a person's mind, it's going to be a little bit harder in the beginning stages of their sexual purity journey to go to the next level on being able to achieve the raw sexual purity. The truth is that if a man does not do number one, test what's good and evil, and number 2, really live his life for Jesus Christ, then what happens when the man first falls into that temptation, he's going to keep doing it because number 1, he wants to feel cool to people, and number 2, he's not detesting what's good and evil. He thinks that because this is a new trend, that this is a new way. In reality, no. Your spirit is craving for the natural way. Your spirit is craving to become newer and back to Jesus Christ. And this is the truth. When you was a kid, when you was 5, 6 years old, you did not put so much sexual sin or sexual morality. You was focused on going out and playing outside. So we have to start looking back into the natural frame. And then fellas, the truth is that your mind needs to get recovery. Your mind needs to get a restoration and healing from all the lust and adultery that has been for the past 10 plus years. Because a man that lives the life of the world and did not get outside of this after puberty, a lot of times can be stuck for more than a decade. So that being said, fellas, that's the end of the video, okay? 3 reasons why men fall into temptation. Number one, following the new trend. Number two, wanting to look cool for people instead of living their life for God. And lastly, needing a renewing of the mind. So with that being said, if you are a man who currently needs help and wants to get outside of this rut and has been so comfortable inside of this rut to a point where he does not think that he needs any help, fellas, you will not be able to hide from yourself. Shout out to Teddy Pendergrass, one of the sharpest R&B singers that's ever lived. He says, you will not be able to hide from yourself. Everywhere you go, there you are. You want to be able to control your sexual purity journey, not just for yourself, but for your future spouse. So with that being said, I've created a training program meant to help you achieve sexual purity to lead a righteous marriage. So be sure to go down below, book a consultation to see if you're a good fit for our training program. But until then, I'll catch you on the next video. Peace out.